Welcome, Leo, to your mid-month reading for July. Hope you friends are doing great out there. If your friends like this, please like and subscribe. Okay, Leo, let's see what's going on with you in the mid-month. Next message, please, for Leo. It's almost your birthday, Leo. That it is a good one here. Time is rolling by. Next message for you, please. And one more. There it is. Oh. Being in the knowing that something is going on. So, there's no doubtful thinking about this situation. It's almost to the point where it's like you could even tell them, I told you so. But just knowing that this is happening and knowing that you are correct. So if there was any doubts within your mind about a situation, or you knew for a 100% fact that that was it, that is the truth. Because you are in the knowing, so there is truthfulness. Something is not opening up the way you want them to open up. They're refusing to see a situation. And this is because they kind of have a little bit of dark fears over here, and you know this. You know that they're that they're kind of all over the place within this situation. Wow. Yeah, they're not seeing the way that they need to see. Well, you see the third eye is closed on them, so they're definitely not using their intuition where you are definitely using your intuition, and having it sideways over here as it is connecting to the refusing to see. Well, they can't see logically, and they're not using any intuition about the situation either. But there is some deep desires going on within the situation in which they need to stand up and take some control within the situation. If they could do so, as you know, this could go so much better, right? But they're refusing to see. And they don't want to really open up about the situation the way you want them to open up. And you can also see that as well. So just keep saying, I knew that. I knew it. I knew it was true. And that's because they do have some kind of insecurities about the situation, or, have something that's going on within their life where they're afraid to take that step. They're afraid to see exactly what the situation really is. If they could just actually be a little bit of a leader within the situation, it could change around, right? And I would like to actually see that happen within the mid-month, that they actually start opening up, because without that, they're not grasping and taking the control of the situation. And in fact, with some of you, you might be the one that keeps communicating the situation. You're the one that keeps grabbing, to the solid foundations of maybe a relationship, whatever the relationship might be. Holding tight to it. Yeah, there's the relationship with the Four of Wands. Saying no because of separation. But it doesn't have to be a complete 100% separation, my friends. Take it how it resonates. What it's saying is, you're refusing to see how you are pushing me away. You're refusing to see how you are not connecting to the situation. Not giving forth what it is you really need to give forth. I think they have maybe some rose-colored glasses on, or they're just in this kind of dream state where they think everything is okay, and it's just not. And the more they keep thinking this way, the more they keep pushing you off. But being in the knowing is a good thing in a lot of ways, because anything that they want to bring up that's confusing to the situation, you can see right around that, and it also allows you to build better barriers and boundaries when it comes to any nonsense or anything that they're doing, right? So that is a very good thing, yeah, because you don't see any victory. They refuse to see any victory within the situation. So they just want to continue over here and think that everything is okie dokie. It might even be a little argumentative about the situation. With the Ten of Cups, yep, there it is. Yeah, I'm satisfied in where we are, because I don't really see it the way you're seeing it, Leo. I think everything's fine. They need to kick some kind of old habit of thinking that this is the way this is. Maybe they're even doing some past behaviors with the Nine of Cups over here. It's not satisfactory. If anything, it's, you know, it's one of those things where it might even become like a routine for them, and that's why you're in the knowing. You're saying, oh, here we go backwards. Yep. So over here underneath the third eye chakra upside down, they're not intuitive enough to see exactly what they're doing, right? With the Four of Cups, it's causing all kinds of disappointments within the situation. If they could just ground themselves and kind of, you know, do something a little bit different and have a better understanding of where you're coming from and what they're doing, this could actually turn this Page of Pentacles from you're not being of service to me and you're being a little greedy, or you're being a little rotten or mischievous or immature, you know, about the situation. It could definitely, wow, I can see it, definite change around here, but I think it's also going with some of you, it's also an impulsive behavior that they do, you know. So with the sacral chakra over here, it's saying that, you know, you were separating yourself from them because they cause too much anxiety within a situation. They need to buckle up, right? Lace up. Grab that control of themselves and come forward. So that way you guys can have the Ace of Pentacles. Where there's hopes and promises within the situation, and you can see that this could lead to good hopes and promises, if they would stop dropping the ball over here, you guys could have a more committed relationship, however this is, right? But there's going to have to be more communication on a better standing point. I think their perception is a little off of what is really going on, and I just don't see the solid conversation that you are looking for. But you being in the knowing, you already see this coming, so it doesn't, you know, it's almost like it doesn't push me off too much. You're kind of looking out, and they're, you know, whether you or them are cold shouldering the situation, it could also just be that because that's kind of the way it is. Maybe you're trying to talk about this, and this is where that solid communication is not coming through. It seems a little cold. And this is because they just feel like everything is healthy, everything is fine, everything is handy dandy. Wow, I would personally, my friends, watch for any kind of misunderstandings too in the way that they're seeing things, because their perception is off. Definitely, you know, if you want this to really work, there's going to be a lot of patience and a lot of clarity that needs to come through within this communication, so you can kind of see like, okay, so how are you feeling about this situation over here? We'll call your person Sagittarius or Capricorn. I see a lot of Capricorn in here. But I also see a lot of Gemini as well. So however it is, you don't want to do that though, because I do feel like down in this area here, towards around the probably 17th or 18th, there's this kind of heightened sensitivity that's coming off of them. And I think it's because once you start to really show them what's happening and kind of encourage this situation of them understanding what they're doing, that's where the heightened sensitivity is going to come through. And then they're going to say, but I thought we had the Ace of Cups. And you're saying we can, if you would just understand what you're doing and come to the acknowledgement, right, of what you're bringing to the table. And what you're bringing to the table is not, you know, what it could be and should be when it comes to this situation. Because there's a lot of doubts that they're even going to really even follow through. And this is going to also heighten your intuition as well, my friends, as you are, you know, really getting down to the connection and trying to make this breakthrough. But I think, though, also, you know, you're going to have to kind of set the boundaries and make them understand, you know, that the gig is kind of up over here. You know, you either kind of get it together, or, you know, there's going to have to be more moves that are going to have to be taken, more communication that's going to have to be, you know, communicated, just plain and simple, until they have this together. Maybe, you know, having all of this, we see a lot of blue over here. We see a lot of communication. We see a lot of water. You know, we'll see a lot of communication versus creativity. So maybe you even have to become a little more creative while problem solving this situation with them to make them understand. This could even be here, my friends, a little bit of a naive point of view. that they're kind of pushing off, naive to the point that they're not really seeing the bigger picture of the situation. We can't always see the situation from our side of the shoes, so you're going to have to push that perception and make them see it outside of the box. That's where that creativity would really fall through. Okay, so the overall message for the mid-month on this situation is definitely trying to connect. I see a lot of connection over here. I see a lot of, using your intuition to connect, really having to dig deep within the situation to really get to how you're going to make this blossom, how you're going to make this connection actually work with them to, and taking that control as well. And there's going to be some kind of follow-up coming through as well, because you're only going to be able to make them understand so much at this time. So it could be very compelling, very frustrating at this time, right? But it's definitely a challenge. Definitely a challenge. Okay. And not only will their sensitivities heighten, you might even find that yours are a little bit, heightened as well, coming towards that end of the month. And that's just because you're realizing that they're not really seeing what you're trying to do. So you might find that your feelings are also becoming a little more sensitive. Okay. And you might even become a little more secretive about the situation. Okay. So that was it for you, my friends. Until next time, peace and love. Bye-bye.